What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here. Wanted to do a video on anti-preppers and people that don't like preppers for whatever reason. I wanted to just talk about them for a little bit because I get a lot of these comments in my videos now that my channel's bigger. I get all kinds of people commenting on my videos and telling me that prepping is a waste of time, and preppers are all just um, fear mongers, and that we're just trying to scare people, and that nothing bad will ever happen. That all prepping is just a waste of time, because if things get really bad, if there's like an apocalypse, it doesn't matter that you prep anyway, because who would want to live in that kind of a world, and blah blah blah. Like the common argument is that, I'm not going to prep because, if there's a nuclear war or if there's an apocalypse, what do I need to prep for? I'm not going to want to live in that kind of world. So what you're telling me is that you would rather, those people that say that are saying that they would rather just commit suicide. I mean, that's kind of a weak argument, but I wanted to discuss anti-preppers and, that whole thing with, the hatred of preppers, and not hatred, but haters, haters of preppers, people that, are jealous of preppers. I personally believe it's a jealousy thing. I think people criticize preppers and say that they're crazy and that they need to wear a tinfoil hat because they're jealous, because somebody has better gear than them, or they have more supplies than them, or they have better knowledge and better skills. So they feel that they have to put that person down and tear them down and make themselves feel better. They have to, that's just the way some people are. It's just like bullies in school. The reason why bullies, act the way that they do is that for whatever reason they feel inadequate, and they have to put other people down to make themselves feel better. They have to make fun of other people, or harass other people, or even physically assault other people to make themselves feel more like a man, or to make themselves feel better about themselves. And I think that, that's what a lot of these anti-preppers are, is that they're just, they're just jealous. They're jealous that preppers are prepared, that they have more gear, that they have better training, they have better skills, and they know that they're not prepared themselves. So when they see a prepper on YouTube, they feel like they have to say, oh yeah, that's a waste of time. You're never going to need that. Prepping is stupid. I feel like a lot of it is jealousy. And some of it is just, misunderstanding and being ignorant. There's a lot of ignorant people in this world today that don't bother educating themselves about things. They just go by the whim of their emotions, rather than actually researching things. And, so I think that with the anti-preppers, I think that they can actually be very dangerous. And if you're a serious prepper like I am, if you're a serious prepper, you need to really watch out for anti-preppers, because they can psychologically get into your head and tell you that, prepping is a waste of time. You should spend your money on other things. You should spend your free time on other things, and my answer to that is, prepping, it's obviously useful, because if things go bad, if there was a power outage, like earlier today, I had a power outage and I was prepared. I had everything I needed. I had a lantern, I had a flashlight, water. I have everything I need. So if there's another hurricane or some kind of bad situation, I'm prepared for it. And same thing with the virus, with the coronavirus. When there was a lockdown, everybody was scrambling to get toilet paper and rubbing alcohol and hand sanitizer. Everybody was scrambling to get all that stuff, and I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to stand in line like all the other sheep. So if you're an anti-prepper, you need to ask yourself this question: are you a sheep? By being against prepping, you're pretty much a sheep, and you're no better than the Democrats and the leftists. Because the Democrats and the leftists, they don't want you to be prepared. They don't want you to be self-reliant. They want you to be reliant on the government for everything, you know. And prepping is a part of self-reliance, you know. Prepping makes you self-reliant. It makes you reliant on yourself, so you're not reliant on the grid and on the government. And so anti-preppers can get dangerous, you know. If you have like somebody in your family, especially family members, I feel that family members are probably the most dangerous, because if somebody, you know, on YouTube writes a comment to me, you know, and they say, oh yeah, you're wasting your time, nothing ever is going to happen, I don't really care, you know. It's just some idiot troll on YouTube. I don't really pay attention to people like that, you know, some ignoramus with, you know, probably low IQ. I'm not going to waste my time getting upset over that, or I'm not going to really take it to heart. But, you know, if you have like a family member, let's say your spouse, your parents, somebody close to you who's an anti-prepper, and they believe that prepping is a waste of time, and they believe that preppers are crazy, and you know, that preppers are just right-wing lunatics, that can really affect you, you know, as a prepper. So you have to be aware of that. You know, you have to be aware that there could be people that are psychologically trying to get into your head and stop you from prepping, because they may be jealous of you, and they don't want you to prepare because they want you to be at the same level of preparedness that they are, which is very little, okay? Because most Americans are not prepared for more than a couple of days without the grocery stores being open, all right? If the grocery stores just shut down right now and the power was shut off, everybody would go nuts, you know? People would go nuts, and we've seen it before in hurricanes. People, you know, fighting for gas and fighting for food. Even when there was the coronavirus lockdown, we saw video footage of people fighting in grocery stores for the last available items in the store. So you have to ask yourself, you know, if you're an anti-prepper and you're watching this, do you want to be one of those people? Do you want to be a sheep, you know, that's going to be fighting for the last can of tuna? Or do you want to be prepared and be ready, you know? So think about that, guys, you know. Think about people in your life that may be anti-preppers, and cut them out of your life. Or, you know, if they're close to you, if let's say your spouse or your family member is an anti-prepper, you know, be aware of that. Be cognizant of the fact that they're anti-preppers, you know. Be aware that, you know, that they're not on the same page as you, and they're going to may potentially try to steer you off course, you know. Oh, I just got this nasty fly here, just landed on my face. They may try to steer you off course because they're jealous, like I said before. They want you to be on the same level of preparedness that they are, because they're not prepared at all. And, you know, maybe they're expecting that if there's going to be a power failure or something bad, that they're going to come to your house and they're going to use your preps, you know. And let me tell you guys something. It's the anti-preppers are usually the ones that are the first people that are going to be fighting for resources, and they're going to be the ones asking you for stuff. So, you know, be very aware of anti-preppers in your life. Cut them out of your life if you can. Avoid them. They're very toxic people. You know, and if it's somebody close to you in your life, you know, you definitely want to be cognizant of the fact that they're not on the same page, and they may try to steer you off course, you know, especially if it's like a loved one, a family member, you know, especially like your spouse. You know, they may be mad at you for spending, you know, hundreds of dollars on food storage that you may never have to use, or they may be mad that you bought a new rifle for $1,000. But you know, we spend thousands and thousands of dollars on other things, and you don't think it's prudent to invest a little bit of money in your own protection and insurance in case the worst happens. You know, people spend thousands of dollars on medical insurance and car insurance and homeowners insurance, but nobody has any preps, you know. Having preps is like insurance, you know. You buy it, you cry, and it sucks that you got to spend a couple grand on food and preps and ammo and all that. but you buy it and you have it, you know, and it's there if you need it. So you're really not losing anything by being a prepper. So, you know, be aware of anti-preppers. I do believe that they are jealous people, and they don't want you to be prepared because they're jealous of you. And, you know, some of them may be jealous. Some of them may be just ignorant. A lot of them may be city dwellers and liberals, you know, and they believe that everything is always going to be okay. You know, people have different thoughts about things and different perspectives on life. So not everyone's going to be okay with prepping, and there's certainly a lot of people out there that are anti-preppers. And I'm telling you guys, those anti-preppers may be the ones that come knocking on your door asking for food, or they may be the ones that try kicking in your door and taking your food. So, you know, keep them at a distance. And again, don't disclose to people that you're a prepper. You know, it's a little bit hard for me now because I have a big YouTube channel, but you know, if you know, don't tell people that you're a prepper, you know, if you don't have to. You know, don't go out there and broadcast it to everybody. You know, keep it a secret. You know, because you never know what people's intentions are, especially anti-preppers. So, wonder what you guys think about that. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about anti-preppers. Do you have people in your life that you know are anti-preppers and they're against prepping? They feel that prepping is a waste of time. If so, how have you dealt with it? You know, do you have any close relatives in your family or your spouse that's, you know, against prepping? And how do you deal with that? You know, are you aware of that? You know, make sure you're aware of that. And be aware that people, you know, human nature is such that human beings, they want to plant psychological seeds in your head. And that's human nature. You know, human beings, they want to manipulate. All right, that's the way people operate. Most people, they try to plant little seeds in your head to try to get into your head and make you doubt yourself, make you think that you're wasting your time, make you think that you're crazy. It's all a psychological game, you know, and that's what life is. Unfortunately, today, everything is a psychological game. In this world that we live in, you know, everything is a psychological game. People are constantly playing psychological games with you everywhere you go. You know, whether it's the guy tailgating you behind, you know, with a fast car, you know, he's psychologically trying to make you feel like he's better than you because he's got a better car, you know, and people are constantly playing psychological games. So you have to be aware of that. And you can't let people plant, you know, toxic seeds into your brain and then have those seeds grow into something, you know. So you have to protect your mind. You know, stay strong mentally. Don't let people get into your head. Prepping is not a waste of time. And I think a lot of these anti-preppers are just sad people. They're jealous. For whatever reason, they're jealous and they're just not happy with their life. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think many people have talked about this topic before. So let me know what you guys think. And as always, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.